Okay, so this is gonna be an experiment. Usually my experiments turn out pretty well, but forgive me, or I apologize in advance if this is just a horrible disaster. Normally we will cover a position or a specific topic, and we'll focus a lot on the concepts behind it, and we'll focus on really getting to the kind of essential problems that we're trying to solve and the specific sort of movement patterns that will help you and the heuristics that will help you. What I'm trying to do with this one is focus entirely on a specific movement pattern and specifically a body mechanic. But how that body mechanic can be applied is going to be quite varied. So we're going to try to make this pretty modular. I'm going to show you the thing that we're going to do. I'm going to have you warm up with just understanding the mechanism and what makes it work and what might make it fail. And then we're going to play some games. And I'm going to try to put it into a context for you, but your level will determine how many of those games you can or should play. So we'll do a basic kind of negative position application of it, and then there will be guard applications of it, there will be back take applications of it. So like I said, because I don't know exactly when I go into a seminar what everyone's level is, you may be able to do all of it, you may be able to do half of it. It's going to be a little bit up to you as to how you employ this information. All right? So having said that, this is a ratchet lever using the ankle to internally rotate the hip. Can I just get you on all fours here? Yeah, just turtle down position. Okay, so, and you can lift your hip a little bit for me. So when this ratchet lever is a made-up term, there's no such thing. It's just I find it's the easiest way to explain to people that we're going to utilize the shin to rotate our partner's femur to make their hip do that. That's the mechanism that we're going to be working on today. So we just want to refer to it as an ankle lever, as opposed to so as opposed to taking the humerus and trying to turn it. By doing that, we're using this lever to rotate. That's all we mean by a ratchet lever. I believe the technical term for that is a gear drive, but I can't explain that, and probably most of you don't know what it is. So, but everybody knows what a lever roughly is, and everybody knows how a ratchet works. So we're using a ratchet to turn the lever. That hopefully makes sense. All right. So ankle rotates hip, but only if this. So just lift your hip up from a little bit. Only if there's 90-degree or greater bend in the knee. So if he sticks his leg out a little bit straight, extend it out like that, and I start going like that, then it's not going to rotate. So the important thing to understand about this mechanism is it can't work if I just grab the ankle and pull on it, because if all I do is that, and I'm not doing anything to stop the knee from going into, or the leg from going into extension, then my partner's response can just be to do that. And now that doesn't negate my control entirely. I can still use that lever for other things, but I can no longer use it to internally rotate it. So what we're trying to achieve mechanically here is a pulling away from the body at either the actual heel or ideally at the bunion, because we've got an extra lever here, but also pressure this way on the knee. And some of that pressure may be provided by your opponent. There will be lots of circumstances where somebody will choose to keep their knee on the ground because they think it's a good idea to do it, and they'll be a little bit surprised. If you just keep your weight on your knee, they'll be a little bit surprised at how much control that gives me of their body. And so in some circumstances, this will be a thing that you can just do to people. But in most circumstances, we're going to have to find a way to block this knee, and that's where the creativity and the skill in the position is going to come. Because any idiot can just reach over and grab someone's foot. It takes a functional idiot to also do this. It's also not that difficult to do. All right. So you don't have to be a genius. You just have to understand two things: pull here, block, or push here. Does that make sense as far as what we're actually doing? Okay. So let's just warm up with that. Right? You can literally just both be in this position, right, side by side, and we can just start grabbing at each other's feet and just push, apply pressure to the knee, see if you can rotate your partner's hip. And see if you can rotate your partner's hip all the way to where they have to turn. If they don't have to turn, so if I'm just here, you can still kind of hold this position, it's not enough. Obviously, I need to make sure that that turn is happening. All right? At the start, don't really try to like lift your knee up too much. Do it a few times where the knee is on the ground, and then start lifting the knee a little bit and see what you can do to start to turn your partner's hips. This should go without saying. Please, don't hurt your knee just to prove the move doesn't work. Yes, you can resist it. As I discovered last week, people are so unbelievably stupid that they will absolutely let you shred their joint rather than give up under certain circumstances. This should not be one of those circumstances. So like, you know, this is the like about full tension on your leg, right? Like you wouldn't want to let this go too much further. As soon as you feel a certain amount of tension on your knee, please allow your hip to go. Like don't try to fight it. We can have a discussion about what's safe and what's unsafe, but certainly not for a warm-up, certainly not for learning the movements. As soon as you feel tension on your knee, you alleviate that tension by allowing your hip to travel. That's kind of the point. Any questions about any of that? Let's get warmed up, guys.